Welcome everyone to the cybersecurity webinar today as we go over the device risk and MDM options for you and your company. This webinar is the third in our cybersecurity series as we try to make this information more attainable and understandable to everyone so we can all grow together and become more secure. We do have postings of our previous webinars if you're interested in viewing after today's session, and also future topics we're looking to continue on as well. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Michael Lianis here at Fairdinkum Consulting, which is an MSP based on the East Coast, centralized right here in New York City. John Iacchino is also here with me to go over the discussion today.
Thanks, Mike. Hi, everyone. We're excited to kick off this webinar and continue our series on the deep dive into cybersecurity and the layered approach all businesses should take into consideration. As business owners, protecting your digital assets is just as crucial as protecting your physical ones. In today's digital age, the integrity and security of your data can make or break your business. We'll dive into various aspects of device management and the importance of mobile device management or MDM solutions. These include enforcing strong passwords and policies, managing devices through domains, and understanding advanced security measures like endpoint detection and response, managed detection and response, and security operations centers. We'll also explore personal devices on corporate networks, Wi-Fi segregation, and compliance audits.
All right, let's get started. One of the foundational pillars of cybersecurity is enforcing strong, unique passwords and robust policies for device usage. Weak standard passwords are like leaving your front door unlocked with a big welcome sign out front. At minimum, a password policy should require passwords to be complex, containing a mix of letters, numbers, and special characters with an absolute minimum of 10 characters, even though we personally would like to see 12. Regular updates to these passwords are also necessary, ideally changing them every 90 to 180 days, reducing the chance and duration that anyone may find and exploit your credentials. If one password is compromised, it is difficult to get to other accounts if they all have different passwords. A foundation of good password practices can keep your defenses up with minimal effort. There are a surprising amount of companies who aren't on these standards. Keeping device logins secure with a strong password adds a significant hurdle for attackers to try and compromise. We're all familiar with the constant news of data breaches and accounts being compromised, so there isn't a true excuse for not using secure credentials, as it will save a massive headache in the future if you do get compromised.
All too true. In addition to passwords, having stringent device policies written for employees and IT implemented rules is crucial. This includes guidelines on how devices are used, what applications can be installed, and how data should be handled. Even though this may be different for every company, taking the time to lay out policies and best practices will help tame device use for the intended services and applications instead of leaving them open like the Wild West. Policies should also mandate regular system and firmware updates. These updates often contain security patches that protect against known vulnerabilities and compromises. Neglecting updates can leave your system exposed to attacks. Outdated or unsupported software should also be scrutinized and taken seriously. Vulnerabilities are one reason, but the chance of data loss, zero support assistance, legacy data file methods, and implementation issues to new systems are other major issues. Ensuring all software is up to date and supported is crucial for maintaining security. Having these policies clearly laid out in a documentation will help reinforce compliance and security with all employees. If there is misuse of systems or questions regarding the IT process, it is easy to revert back to a standard company document that should be followed to help protect assets and accounts. A healthy environment means staying aware of these processes and helps everyone keep security on their mind. It also brings up flaws and issues before they become large-scale problems.
One of the best ways to retain power to push policies to devices is to have them managed under a company domain. Centralized management of devices through Active Directory or Azure Cloud is a game changer for maintaining security standards. Enrolling devices onto a domain allows for consistent application of policies across all devices in your network. It ensures that every device adheres to the same security standards, making it easier to manage and secure. Group policies in a domain give hundreds of options to manage corporate PCs so they stay compliant and locked down to accounts only you want connected. With Azure Active Directory, you can manage both on-premise and cloud-based environments. This hybrid approach allows for seamless integration and management of user identities, providing a single sign-on experience across various applications and services. It also enables the enforcement of multi-factor authentication, adding an extra layer of security. Having this centralized management for your domain allows your IT team to effectively secure accounts from one location instead of needing many keys and passwords to effectively and appropriately manage a company.
If all systems are connected to the domain, this also reduces the risk of the wrong employees having administrator access. One of the most significant risks in a business network is the misuse of administrative privileges. Admin accounts have access to critical parts of the network and can make significant changes to the entire company network. Therefore, it is essential to segregate admin accounts from regular user accounts. Admin accounts should only be used for administrative tasks and not for daily activities like browsing the internet or checking emails. Additionally, the number of individuals with admin access should be limited to a few trusted personnel. This reduces the risk of accidental or malicious changes to the system, including users getting into locations when they are not aware of the changes they are making and the impact it has. Implementing role-based access control can help manage who has access to what resources, ensuring that employees only have the permissions necessary for their roles. Very often, we see requests from users and C-suite executives wanting to have admin access for small inconveniences they may need IT support to help with. A minor inconvenience, though, generally should not outweigh the large security risks of handing out administrative access to not properly vetted users. Most likely, it is a case-by-case basis, but having a corporate policy ahead of time can reduce frustration if everyone is on the same page to start.
One part of company device policies where admins can't be managed may include personal devices. Allowing personal devices on a corporate network can introduce significant risks if not managed properly. These devices may not adhere to the same security standards as corporate-owned devices, making them potential entry points for threats and data leaks. Implementing a Bring Your Own Device, or BYOD policy, that outlines security requirements for personal devices is essential. Often, we like to see personal devices only connected to a separate guest network, segregating the connection from corp data and personal services. Segregating the network is a decently easy process your IT team can implement to allow all employees to enjoy wired or wireless internet access without compromising the integrity of the network and device policy you have set up. This will also allow visitors of your office space to connect without giving them access to the vital parts of your company's network.
And it isn't just guest access that should be segregated. Your Wi-Fi network for guests and IoT, or Internet of Things devices, is another crucial security measure. As mentioned, guests should have access to a separate network that doesn't connect to your business internal resources. This prevents any potential hidden malware on guest devices from spreading to your corporate network. IoT devices range from network thermostats, doorbells, keycard scanners, AI voice assistants, and even smartwatches and clocks. These items often have weaker security protocols. These should also be on a separate network, as they seem to be simple devices that need quick internet connection to function, but leave a large potential for vulnerabilities. This segmentation limits potential damage if an IoT device is compromised due to lack of updates or weak security framework. Network segmentation does take a little setup at the start, but is seen as a simple implementation that can really improve a network without it.
Okay, pivoting now over to the actual management of the devices themselves. MDM solutions can help manage systems by enforcing security policies, such as requiring encryption, setting up user-approved apps, authorizing VPNs, and ensuring devices have up-to-date security patches. MDM can also remotely wipe devices if they are lost or stolen, preventing unauthorized access to corporate data. Mobile device management solutions provide a comprehensive approach for managing and securing mobile devices used within a business. MDM tools allow IT administrators to remotely manage settings, enforce security policies, and deploy applications. Solutions like Microsoft Intune, Adigy, and Jamf for Mac offer robust features for managing both corporate-owned and personal devices. MDM solutions improve security by ensuring devices comply with corporate policies. They can enforce device compliance before users can open their corporate email, lock devices after certain periods of inactivity, and control access to corporate resources. MDM also provides visibility into the device's inventory, helping identify and manage any unauthorized devices. Systems like this are often being seen as invasive. They do have limitations on what is being actually managed. The biggest worry is that messages, calls, or personal pictures can be monitored and viewed. However, the vast majority of rollouts for MDM solutions do not offer these invasive options, and instead set a base level of management and security at a high white level on the system.
Protecting all endpoints is critical, and not just for mobile devices. Endpoint protection involves tools and technologies designed to detect, analyze, and mitigate threats. There are three subsets of device protection and response: EDR, MDR, and SOC. Endpoint detection and response, or EDR, solutions provide continuous monitoring and response to advanced threats. EDR tools collect data from endpoint devices and use analytics to identify patterns that indicate malicious activity. Examples include Bitdefender and Carbon Black. This can often be thought of as a more robust version of antivirus service for the modern era. Managed detection and response, or MDR, takes EDR a step further by adding human expertise to the equation. MDR providers offer 24/7 monitoring and response services, handling threat detection, investigation, and remediation for alerts that are triggered. This service is beneficial for businesses that lack the in-house expertise to manage complex security threats, or even to get a dedicated team to review alerts and threats in a more timely manner and assess as soon as possible. Lastly, a Security Operations Center, or SOC, is a centralized unit that deals with security issues on an organizational and technical level. A SOC employs security analysts and engineers who work together to detect, analyze, and respond to, as well as report on and prevent cybersecurity incidents. They leverage technologies like EDR and MDR, as well as other tools, to protect the organization's data and infrastructure. A SOC team can also be seen as a proactive to finding vulnerabilities and threats to monitor and improve overall security for a company and their assets.
As you can see, there are many risks and resolutions for device management within a company. We all would benefit from this through regular audits and reviews to make sure what we think we have in place is working as intended. Regularly reviewing your compliance score is essential for maintaining a strong security posture. Compliance scores measure how well your systems adhere to various security standards and regulations. Regular audits of your systems can identify vulnerabilities and areas for improvement. Audits should be conducted by external experts to ensure an unbiased assessment. They can help you stay compliant with industry standards and regulations such as SOC 2, GDPR, HIPAA, and PCI-DSS. I'd like to thank everyone for attending today's webinar as we do a deep dive in our cybersecurity topic of device risk and management. By enforcing strong passwords and policies, managing devices through domains, segregating admin accounts, and utilizing advanced endpoint solutions, you can significantly reduce the risk of cyber threats. Implementing MDM solutions, segregating Wi-Fi networks, and regularly reviewing compliance scores further enhance your security posture. Cybersecurity is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing process that requires attention and continuous improvement. By understanding and implementing these measures, you can protect your business from the ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats. In the future, we'll continue to go over cybersecurity topics so you can feel more prepared. For now, though, we're going to go open up the Q&A session for anything you would like to discuss on the topics we went over today. Feel free to use the Q&A chat.